What a lot of people don't know about the National Mall Capital Supreme Court area is that African American slaves were held in bondage in slave jails on some of these sites. Here on the site of the Supreme Court was a building that was called the Old Brick Capitol. That's the building that Congress used after the Capitol was burned in the War of 1812. Well, the slave market was so robust in the District of Columbia that slave owners ran out of space to hold their slaves. So they would rent public jail space to use for storage for African American slaves. And one of the places they did this was here at the Old Brick Capitol, on the site of where the Supreme Court is right now. That also happened on the National Mall in places like Roby's Tavern, which sits in between where the Department of Education and the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum is today, and also on the site of the National Archives. There were large numbers of slaves in Washington, D.C. simply because it was such a hub for travel. Especially with Virginia being right across the river, Washington, D.C. and the National Mall became a natural point for people to bring slaves for sale.